What's up? I'm back. I'm back. We're also trying a new mic arrangement here. Instead of using my auxiliary mic that you typically see on my, what's it called? You can hopefully hear me on my new pair of AirPods. These are the AirPods Pro 2, not 3, which are coming out in a handful of days. Either way, hope you guys can hear me all right. Actually, at first I was gonna do the thing where I stop the video to do a test, but actually, I turned the camera on to have a leap of. Oh, also one thing that I'm gonna do before I'm gonna tighten the tripod just in case. I don't anticipate any sort of earthquake or anything like that, but either way, I prefer put it on the one that I prefer. Dave Gahan, of Depeche Mode, singing Blue Dress off of Violator. An album that I refer to as dark thriller. Speaking of dark, you can almost certainly tell if you've seen some of my other videos that this is a different location. It's the same dwelling, just a different location within that dwelling. The energy was just getting stagnant in my bedroom, and so I moved over to the guest room. And since then, it's kind of turned into a bunch of other different stuff. However, those are not really the reasons that I turned the camera on to speak with you today. Technically, you kind of got the premise already whenever I mentioned at the beginning of the video. I'm back. I started a series. I don't even remember what month it was, but it was like springish, where I wanted to start a series. I'm gonna take my robe off. It's kind of warm in here. I started a series called Where the Dream Takes You, named after the main song in the soundtrack for the Disney movie Atlantis: The Lost Empire. And basically, I started that playlist, that series, so as to inform people in the future of how my journey was from where I am or where I was when I started it to where I will end up, such that people can have both the experience of saying, hey, Evan was an overnight success, as well as having plenty of receipts of he's been here a minute. The difference here is that I don't have any plans of working to the point of failure emotionally, or occupationally, or whatever. Certainly not socially. In order to actually attract the life that I know that already is mine. Actually, just that reality is catching up with me. That's the main premise. And people have put all sorts of names and ascribed all different types of things to this thing. The whole get paid to exist, get paid to be yourself, the whole influencer thing that everyone who really has a solid streak of discernment in what they're doing, stepping into this realm, want for themselves. Instead of stepping out of the gigantic tent known as the rat race and creating another small tent that's just like it right outside of it, basically these are the people, and this is for the people who want that example of what can be done, that they feel in their beings, that they see in their heads, mirrored back to them in some sort of way, just to prove to them how accurate they are in their estimations of having what they want, and just to show people that it's possible, because people have a lot of fear and a lot of hope deficit, I'll call it, as opposed, or in terms of what things are. And the thing is that I've tried so many different things with the Super E channel, this one, that have not really become any sort of, I'm not even sure what to call it. Like, it just hasn't really, like, I can't say they didn't go anywhere because they brought me here. It's just that those ideas of of ye old times, considering I started this channel when I was 11, back in, was that 2009? Summer of 2009, I was mad. I was like, and it was before anybody had any sort of like ideas of like having a YouTuber as a job description. It was more so like it was hardly a platitude back then. Fast forward 16 or so years, and it's like everybody wants to be a YouTuber now. Like, including the people who say that they don't. A lot of people are just like, I just want to be seen, and it's like they think that that's the easiest way to be seen. Which honestly, I think that's the second easiest way to be seen. The easiest way to be seen is to recognize that you never weren't. Whoa. Yeah, a lot has changed in the past few months, and I endeavor to help document that process to an extent of what's transpired between the last like videos of the series Where the Dream Takes You, but also on a deeper level, just allowing people to see what's changed, like, and also like it was Princess Charlotte who reminded me this morning that to be paid to be yourself, despite popular belief, simply involves you being yourself and sharing the things that you love to share and love to do for fun with the world. And this practice involves throwing that societal concept of marketable skills out the window, because most of the time, like, I thought COVID would have informed us to a large extent of just how malleable and just how superficial at worst, superficial at times, and at worst blatantly unnecessary, that categorization construct is, and even like people skills. It's this whole thing of like, it's like Charlie Chaplin said in that one movie, it's like, you are not machine men, you are men. And sure, he was speaking of a World War II ilk. That being said, that sentiment expressed in 2025 would be like, we are not machine humans, we are people, we are like human beings. And it's another thing I was saying, it's like, are you a human? I, I, I I have been saying it. That being said, I haven't shared it with you. And it's like, hold just a second. I'm keeping the screen on. A bit more on that later. um, soon, actually. But then again, later and soon, it just depends. It's a perceptual thing. You have both. You understand that it's coming, and um, it's really good to see you again. It's very good to just have a sit down video, and also just a more liberated sit down video. Like the camera's further away, it's a different environment, but also I can spin in my chair more because there's more room. We got like Roku in the back, but well, not Avatar Roku, but just like the Roku streamer device. And also, in the interest of showing y'all what I mean, about like getting paid to be myself and creating a platform that's built around me being myself and shit, which which naturally like includes sharing the things that I love to share with people, including or including you, is things like this. I'm thinking bigger now, basically. So I'm thinking about like the future of what Evan's studio is gonna be like. You know, like the future. Like people are like, oh, you don't need analog because we can do a version of everything with digital. And just like, yes, we can, and it's beautiful that we figured that out. But the thing is that societal scarcity mindset will have you believing that the best things are only ever done with the least amount of materials. But like but personally, one listen at Michael Jackson's Invincible and the production value of that album, considering that it was the most expensive album ever made in terms of the like overarching list of expenses, including studio time and the materials used and all the different stuff and how much they paid the producers and how much all the different, like there's a bunch of different stuff that served to make that album. They spent over $1 million in Turn of the Millennium's dollars to create that. And just like, yeah. And the thing is that I was gonna just say you can have it all and just leave it at that. Though I can show you better than I can tell you. I'm getting back into all my different stuff, basically. So it's like, so as many of y'all know, or at the minimum, some of y'all know, I have a history with design and architecture and engineering and drawing and all these different things, in addition to music and all the different stuff that goes on with that. So basically, it's like I'm getting into just drawing again. Like I just drew my T-mug over there. I'm just out of the blue, and the thing, and I didn't like judge myself or anything like that. I just wanted to draw again, and I just wanted to be like, I endeavored to embody the sentiment of like no validation required. Just do what you want to do it's not going to be like graded based on what someone thinks should happen or whatever, you know? So all of that to say, yeah, that's one. Also, I'm teaching myself jazz, and I'm also teaching myself about FM synthesis and how FM synthesis can potentially be used to create, like quite literally like sound healing music, like frequency music, like binaural beats and different things like that, like based on different like tunings. I'm still working through that, but again, I've got Berlin's or one of Berlin's owner's manuals, and like this is the easy one, just like the one that puts it in the about the easiest terms possible. Then again, people didn't have like a deep enough understanding of computers back then, like in 1983, to really speak as intelligently on like algorithms and synth architecture and different stuff like that as we can now, or like digital synth architecture as we can now. Like granted, Berlin, like a Yamaha DX7 is like this perfect middle ground between, in the sense that FM is created in an analog way, but it's formatted and edited and shaped like in a digital, or like inside of a digital construct, and each of those types of digital constructs are called algorithms. In any case, I'm also teaching myself jazz, just different aspects of what like jazz is. And the thing is that like someone who is as involved in creating as many genres as I am and blending as many as I do, basically what you find out is that like as far as creating Western music goes, if you can learn jazz, which is basically like classical stuff but turned into something more freeform and malleable as opposed to just being relegated to sheet music. If you can take those principles, then you can apply them to literally every popular music genre that came after it. So basically everything made in the past century. Yeah, it not only can learn a thing or two from jazz, it literally stems from jazz, so it technically doesn't even need to learn a thing or two. Though if someone does learn jazz, they learn so much about every other aspect of every genre that came before it. Also, Dean got an upgrade. Dean's original body is referred to as Dean 3. This is Dean 4. I'm currently reteaching. I'm currently reteaching myself how to use Rhino, and I'm getting back into design stuff. Not only analog like drawing stuff, but also like computer aided design. And it's also cool because stepping into this new world with stepping into this same world with advanced tools and advanced perspective, expanded perspective, it lends itself to learning so much more about what stuff is here now. And so again, the video is starting to get a little bit long. Either way, and that's another thing. It's like I'm not here to pander to people who think that a 20-minute video of an autistic person sharing everything that he loves is overstaying his welcome, or get off the stage, or the whole thing of again, scarcity. I'm not making this video for somebody like that. Their learning experience is different than mine, meaning that they would be best served either seeing this video and having it mirror back to them some insight on what they can do to have to have a life more like mine, if that is what they really want, even if they're like resisting it and like hating on me and saying all the different stuff. It's just like, yes, we understand that it's like most haters are your biggest fans. They're just like, they have just as much energy as your most like fervent supporters. It's just directed in the opposite direction because of their own internal wounds. They just have a lot going on. Yeah, and people who are comfortable with themselves, it's difficult for, and people who are comfortable with themselves, it's difficult for people who aren't comfortable with themselves to be around those people and to see them. Um, um, which would lead people who grew up like me to dim their light and keep it dimmed. But the thing is that I just don't do that anymore. So people who can, so people who don't want to watch a video this long, they can always click off. It's cool because people deserve to have what they want. And I mean, the most beautiful thing that I've learned like this year is that one, I can have everything that I could possibly want, even the stuff that I can't imagine yet. I can have that too. Two, I don't have to take it from anybody. The whole abundance mindset, it shines its light, and the darkness of scarcity just ceases to exist. It doesn't even have to fight for it, which leads to the third thing. Like, in understanding that I don't have to take stuff from people, it also means that I don't have to force people to give me things, in the sense that whatever is mine is actually coming to me. And it's like Addison said in her like song off of her self-titled debut album. She says every good thing comes my way. The way that I tend to sing it, that is more of a mantra for me, is like everything good comes my way. Instead of every good thing, I say everything good comes my way. Oh, also, it's like that thing is like almost certainly album of the year, or it's definitely up there on like one of my albums of the year for sure. Like, it's definitely in the running. But yeah, and then on top of that, there's all this different like esoteric and like spiritual stuff that's like, it's weird even calling it esoteric now, because so much of that stuff has just been like shown to me in ways that are convincing enough to actually like decouple like passionate atheist scientist from actually like believing in things like fate or social Darwinism or any other sort of like deterministic, like enduristic, like Newtonian type like doctrines, just and dogmas, and just dogmatic ways of thinking that I'm sure people born, especially especially those born after 1990, are just kind of tired of hearing like, oh, you just have to force stuff, or like, here's how you got to do it, and they tell you something that has to do with like destroying a part of yourself or selling your soul or whatever, or just the Ed Sheeran lyric that comes in is like, I gave all my oxygen so everyone could breathe. There's something akin to that. Like, I'm like, that first part is definitely that. But the thing is that, or at least as far as your human body goes, it's important for you to understand that like, yo, this is, it's important for you to understand that yo, if you don't have oxygen like left for yourself, then you can't be here. Like you can't stay here, and that also means that you can't make a difference in the ways that you know you can, that you know you want to. It's like the understanding that you can really have it all is really hard to act on if you're not alive to act on it. And whenever I say acting, it's also coming from me. It's not to be confused with forcing. Oh, also on top of that, speaking oh, I'll actually continue that point about forcing an effortful striving versus attracting and personal coherence and quantum manifestation and all that stuff. But before that, another thing I'm doing. I explained to y'all that I'm doing a lot of plant-based stuff these days, and basically this is my super duper salad. It's like spinach, kale, and then from there it also has a special dressing that I found online that is I call it lemon garlic salad dressing. That's basically what it is. Like it's like lemon and garlic. No vinegar stuff that would actually no actual vinegar, though it does behave very much like a vinaigrette because it has olive oil in it. But yeah, it's really, really cool. It's perfect for people who like the taste of like mustard on their leafy greens. It's amazing. It's tangy, and also it's cool because it's not too overwhelming in terms of like the overlapping flavors, because the tartness and the sourness of the lemon actually goes super well, like shockingly well with the kale. And a lot of people are like, I can't eat kale just in a salad because its flavor is too overwhelming. It's just like, okay, cool, like get a dressing that actually blends in with that flavor. And then spinach is neutral, and this is another aspect of being paid to be yourself and all the different stuff that goes with that. Just like this stuff and in this way that I've been eating has really been helping me in a lot of different ways. And it's like, for people who are interested in like me, it just like and just like learning more from me, it's like the thing that I would just wonder about is like would this help you? And I don't even eat this with a fork anymore, in the sense that I started like understanding that like me interfacing like with my salads, like with my hands, actually allows me to like energetically set intentions with different stuff, like sure, feed me, but also like nourish me and all the different stuff, like cleanse stuff out, or just any sort of like just benevolent stuff, you know. And it's funny because it's like also Michael Jackson, like in the 80s, he was like strict vegetarian for a lot of that time. And the thing is that I'm on the set of The Wiz, he was like eating steamed vegetables, and he was like, I'm sorry, Mr. Broccoli, before he ate it. And it's like, dang, I relate to that. I'm sorry, spinach and kale. I'm sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Spinach and Kale. But then again, they might not be married. It could be like illegitimate or something. Either way. Hope this crunching isn't too bad on the AirPods audio. Let's test it. It feels muy difícil for me too, personally. I hope it's not as bad for you listening. But yeah, I just kind of have this whole armada of things on display I'm here like for myself and for you, that basically help people to see what stuff is in store. Like this is a part of the series where the dream takes you. And so I want to start letting you guys in on what I'm into and what I'm like working on and what I'm getting back into, because like so many of the barriers that were in the way of me just going for like, oh, let's start designing stuff again. Let's start learning new types of music again. Let's start sharing the stuff that I eat. Start drawing. Let's start documenting my exploration of sound synthesis and different types of sound synthesis. And then as more like materials, resources, and capital comes in, like it's cool because you can be there for that time and all the different impact and stuff that I want to do. And like from my perspective, already have done, just in a future tense. I'm gonna finish doing this. And breathing exercises too. There's all this stuff that's just like dang, I could show this to y'all. And it's like for people who can be helped by what I have, just like it's not, you know, it's just like, and coming back to that understanding that it's like, oh, there really is like an audience for me and for the stuff that I have to give people. And it's like, even though I don't see it and I have a lot of trauma around being seen, especially because people were like trying to take advantage of my light and trying to like dim it or even destroy or kill it, as if that's possible for any of us, myself included. Yeah, and there's all like sorts of different stuff that I can share like with you and with anyone else whom you think might benefit, that I know can really change the game for you, not just because like I read it in a book or I found out about it on a YouTube video somewhere, but because either these things came to me and or I found them out externally and I tried them out myself and I saw the results, and I'm seeing the results still. And so there's all this different stuff that just ties into it. It's fun to actually have this conversation with you again. That being said, it wasn't my intent to have this video running forever and ever and ever. Like live streams that can come on later whenever there's. But then again, like every aspect of my life is interesting. So theoretically, you could have a live stream for something or another for everything. That being said, this isn't that time yet. Just like what that Jadina said, baby steps. So yeah, it's all good. Also, I'm in tune with like all the different like forward thinking like 90s, these 2000 era, like zillennial, like young millennial era influencers who were like chosen ones, star seeds, and all the different stuff. It's like I'm so in tune with all of that stuff. Like everybody from like Cara Elizabeth to Freya to Jadina to an extent Liliana, and to a fascinatingly like into a fascinatingly like evolution or like evolving extent with Natija as well. Everyone calls her Natty, but like I like Nat because it's like it reminds me of like Natasha Romanoff, and like it's cool because it's like Iron Man and Black Widow are my favorite Avengers from the original six. Um, and so it feels it's 11:33. It's like and it's cool because if you put like 11 and 33 together and you put it's like 13 and 13 is my favorite number. So it's like it's twice. I see it twice. But yeah, I'm just super jazzed about like having y'all like being here on the journey with me, and also on top of that, the the leaf the leaves of my spinach and kale salad, my super duper salad as I call it, because we can get into that later. The stuff with my super duper salad, the leaves of my super duper salad are starting to wilt, like slowly but certainly. So yeah, I'm going to eat now, and I will speak with you soon. And yeah, and I love you. You're really cool. And if you feel called to lay down a comment or questions, any other sort of like you can even say hi or like anything just like I will take as much or as little as you want to give. Okay. Um, yeah, and I will read everything. And it's also cool because I don't know if I'll be able to do that in the future. That being said, right now I will be able to read everything, and I can assure people of that. So, yeah. Um, let's see if we can actually upload this before midnight here. It's Central Time, so yeah, 11:35. So let's see if we can actually get it on September 15th. But at the very minimum, it's still gonna be there like very early September 16th because I'm about to upload this thing like right now. All right, love you. Bye.